Welcome to the Practical English Podcast. I'm your host, Angela.
And I'm Mike. We're so glad you could join us today. We have a fantastic topic lined up that we think is crucial for every English learner.
That's right. Today, we're diving into how to speak English more naturally. We're going to bridge the gap between the English you learn in a textbook and the English that native speakers use in real, everyday conversations.
Exactly. This episode is for anyone who wants to sound more confident and improve the conversation skills, whether you're chatting with a friend or in a formal business meeting.
We'll cover everything from casual, everyday expressions to more formal phrases. Plus, we'll give you real-life dialogue examples, tips on pronunciation and rhythm, and practical advice to boost your fluency. So, let's get started.
Okay, so Angela, first things first. Why is it so important to focus on speaking naturally versus just speaking correctly?
That's a great question, Mike. I think it comes down to connection. When you use the same kind of language, rhythm, and intonation as a native speaker, you build rapport more easily. It shows you understand the culture behind the language, not just the grammar rules.
That makes sense. It makes you more relatable, and it's a huge confidence booster, isn't it? When you feel like you fit in with the conversation, you're less hesitant to speak up.
Totally. And remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. Even native speakers make mistakes. The goal is to communicate effectively and naturally. So let's dive into the fun stuff, casual English.
All right, casual English. This is the language of friends, family, and informal situations. Let's start with greetings. Instead of the classic, hello, how are you? What are some more natural alternatives?
Oh, there are so many. You could say, what's up? How's it going? Or, hey, what's new? They all mean the same thing, but they're much more common in daily conversation.
Right, and the responses are just as casual. If someone asks, what's up? A perfectly normal response is, not much. You?
Exactly. Or for how's it going, you could say pretty good or can't complain. You don't need to give a long, detailed answer. These are just social openers.
Okay, what about making plans with someone? You probably wouldn't say, would you be available for a coffee engagement?
Definitely not. You'd be much more direct and relaxed. Something like, wanna grab a coffee sometime? Or are you free to catch up later? Wanna and gonna are super common spoken contractions of want to and going to.
Great point. Let's practice. We'll do a short dialogue. Imagine we're two friends running into each other at a grocery store. I'll start. Hey, Angela. Fancy seeing you here. How's it going?
Hey, Mike. Hey. Yeah, pretty good. Just grabbing a few things. What have you been up to?
Not much. Just busy with work as usual. You know how it is. Hey, are you free later this week? We should totally catch up.
For sure. I'm swamped until Thursday, but I'm free Thursday night. Want to grab a bite?
Sounds like a plan. I'll shoot you a text later.
Awesome. Talk to you later. Okay, let's break that down. Did you hear those phrases? How's it going? What have you been up to? Totally catch up. For sure. Want to grab a bite? Sounds like a plan. And shoot you a text.
They're all very common and make the conversation flow smoothly. Notice how relaxed the rhythm is. The key is to not overthink it. This is how real people talk.
And a quick tip for our listeners. Don't be afraid of filler words like or, used in moderation. They are a completely normal part of natural speech while you gather your thoughts.
That's a great point about filler words. What about slang and idioms? They're everywhere in casual conversation, but they can be tricky for learners. All right, let's switch gears completely and talk about formal English. This can be intimidating, but it's really just about choosing different words for different situations.
Right. You'd use formal English in a job interview, a business presentation, or when speaking to someone in a position of authority. It's about showing respect and professionalism. So greetings, what's up, is not going to work here.
Definitely not. You'd stick to classics like good morning or good afternoon. If you're meeting someone for the first time, you might say, it's a pleasure to meet you. The tone is more serious and the words are more complete. No contraction.
How about expressing an opinion in a meeting? Instead of, I think we should. What's a more formal way to say that?
You could use phrases like, in my opinion, from my perspective, or it seems to me that. They add a bit of distance and politeness. It's less about your personal feeling and more about your professional assessment.
That's a good distinction. And disagreeing politely is a huge skill. You can't just say, no, that's a bad idea.
Right. You need to soften it. Phrases like, I see your point, however, have we considered, or I agree up to a point, but I have some concerns about, are excellent. They show you are listening respectfully before offering a different view.
Let's do another dialogue. This time, we're in a business meeting discussing a project deadline. I'll be the project manager. Good morning, Mike. Thank you for joining. I wanted to discuss the timeline for the marketing campaign. From my perspective, we may need to push the deadline back by a week.
Good morning, Angela. Thank you for raising this. I understand your position, but I have some reservations about extending the deadline. Could you elaborate on the reasons for the potential delay?
Certainly. The design team has encountered some unexpected technical issues. It seems to me that an additional week would ensure we deliver a high-quality product without compromising on our standards.
I appreciate the clarification. That's an excellent point. Quality is our top priority. In that case, I support your recommendation. Let us proceed with the revised timeline. Okay, a very different vibe from our grocery store chat. Notice the full sentences, the lack of slang, and the polite structured phrases. From my perspective, I have some reservations. Could you elaborate? And I appreciate the clarification.
It's all about choosing the right tool for the job. Knowing the difference between these two styles is a massive step towards fluency and feeling comfortable in any situation.
Now, beyond just the words we choose, there's the music of the language, the pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. This is often what makes someone sound truly natural.
Absolutely. Let's talk about sentence stress. In English, we don't stress every word equally. We emphasize the most important words to get our meaning across. For example, listen to the difference here. I didn't say you stole the money.
Okay, that means maybe you implied it or wrote it down. But now listen to this. I didn't say you stole the money.
And that means someone else stole it. Same words, different meaning, all because of stress. Listening for that stress in native speakers is a fantastic way to learn the rhythm.
Another key is connected speech, or linking. Native speakers don't pronounce every single word separately. They link them together. What are you doing often becomes, what you doing?
Right, or I should have gone becomes, I should have gone. You don't have to speak this way perfectly, but understanding it will massively improve your listening skills and help your own speech sound smoother.
So, we've covered a lot. Casual and formal phrases, pronunciation, and rhythm. The big question is, how can our listeners practice all of this?
Great question. Here are our top practice tips. First, repeat the phrases from this podcast out loud. Don't just listen, speak. Get your mouth used to forming these new sounds and phrases.
Second, try shadowing. This is a powerful technique. Find a short audio or video clip of a native speaker and try to speak at the exact same time, copying their rhythm, stress, and intonation as closely as possible.
Third, try to use one or two new expressions in your daily life. If you learn "wanna grab a bite," try texting it to a friend. The more you use it, the more it becomes a natural part of your vocabulary.
And most importantly, focus on speaking naturally, not perfectly. Communication is the goal. The more real English you hear and practice, the more confident you'll become.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you found these tips on casual and formal English helpful.
If you did, please take a moment to like the video and follow the channel. It really helps us create more content for you.
Until next time, from both of us here at the Practical English Podcast, relax, practice, and enjoy learning English naturally.